white-red Goblins deck that features cards like Krenko Mob Boss.
Oh, that's sweet. So,
and Thalia, Guardian of Throbbing.
Thalia is the white card that you play. Is there any other sideboard specialties? Some decks have a couple cards that are white.
No.
Nope, just Thalia. So the reason that Goblins likes Thalia is it helps beat the decks that run spells, like Miracles, some combo decks. It's just, Goblins is maybe a turn slower than the other combo decks, but if you have a Thalia in play, you can actually just race them because they take that one extra turn to beat down. So Matt Hoey is going to be on the play with an Underground Sea, and it's probably going to be a Thoughtseize. Yeah, Thoughtseizes is going to drop him to 17. He's going to reveal a hand of, ooh, double Aether Vial, double Matron. That is not what you want to see when you're Thoughtseizing your opponent.
No. Those are the cards you want to take.
Yeah, you want to either be able to take the one Matron out of the hand or the one Aether Vial, but now that Kenny has access to both, that means that he's not only going to be able to start activating Aether Vial, but he's going to have the action to go with it.
Yeah, and I mean, Matron is just insane against a deck like this. It gets you exactly what you need when you need it. It's just more ringleaders. Yeah, so he's going to go ahead and take one of those Matrons.
Yeah, not going to be able to beat the Aether Vials, but he does have access to 2 Engineered Explosives main, and he does have one in hand, so he can beat those Aether Vials with that card. So there's a Taiga and a turn 1 Aether Vial for Kenny.
Yeah, so that plateau going to allow him to cast Thalia or any of his Goblins whenever he sees fit.
Gobble, gobble. There is both lands. Is this a Stoneforge Mystic? No, just the GT. No Stoneforge to go with it.
Yeah, Umezawa's GT is pretty good against Goblins.
Yes, if he can start that to go. Next turn, he does have a Snapcaster Mage that he can Thoughtseize that Matron out of Kenny's hand, which is going to be a very powerful ability for him.
He also has Engineered Explosives. So
yeah, he can just blow up both these Aether Vials and say, you know what, you have to cast all your spells. I'm not going to worry about that. But yeah, he is just going to get that Matron out so he doesn't get access to playing it this next turn.
Seems reasonable enough.
This is also going to, that Engineer Explosive is also then going to be able to kill any 1-drops that Kenny has drawn and wants to put on the board. So Thoughtseize and 2 cards. Kenny, you're not putting the cards where we need you to.
Hey, you got to put those in the middle of the table.
It looks like...
Perhaps we can get somebody to tell him that.
Just by the feint of the red, it looks like, is that a... Oh, that is a Ringleader. So he's taking the Ringleader. Alright, so Vial on 2, Vial on 1, 2 lands. Missed his 3rd land drop. Gant has to be happy about that. What land is... I can't see that now, basic. Oh, is that it's a Dust Bowl. Yes, he did have a Dust Bowl last time he played this deck in Kansas City.
That's true.
And there comes a Lackey. Lackey's going to trade with Snapcaster. Vial's going to get 2 counters. But this is going to stop Matt from having any pressure to go with that GT.
Yeah, and I mean, that's a nice play from Kenny there. It's also, Matt's not going to be able to get much value out of these. The explosives obviously will still be good at 1, but it would have been much better to have played with it.
All right, Matt definitely needs to find more ways to get that GT online, or Kenny's going to be able to take this game away. So he gets to go for a Ringleader. Ringleader resolves, now plays a Matron. Ooh, we're going to just see a Pile Driver get in for a total of 8 damage.
Looks like it.
Just wants to get that damage in. Oh no, it's Tusk.
Tuck,
or Tuck, yeah. So what this guy does is he gets to destroy an artifact and deals damage equal to the number of Goblins in play. Is that it? Or the number of artifacts?
Allies, right?
Or is it allies? Yes, it is. It is an ally. Yeah, that's what it is.
Or does it? It's whenever an ally enters the battlefield, you destroy an artifact and you deal damage to them equal to the artifact's converted casting cost, right?
I don't remember.
Yeah, because it would have the reason people played it is because it killed a sword and then killed the Jace that was with the sword.
Yes, yeah. Matron for Scrapper. We can't remember what the effect for damage for the Scrapper is. So those
I think
vials
it's the
are
converted casting cost of the artifact.
Alright, Pluto Delta comes down, and Matt is stuck with just a Force and a Spell Pierce to go with it.
So, Matt kind of on empty here, really hoping that...
Tuck, Scrapper.
Yeah. So,
There it is. Equal to the number of allies you control.
Okay.
Yeah. So it only deal 1. So Matron comes in. Here's a pile driver. And Matt definitely he needs to find something. The only threats that are in his deck are 4 more Stoneforge Mystics, 3 Snapcasters, 2 Vendilion Clicks. Those are the only spells that can be equipped to that GT.
Batterskull.
Sure, and a Batterskull. Force Will's gonna... Yeah.
Down to no cards in hand now.
Yeah, he is off the top of his deck, and he knows his opponent has a Tuk-Tuk, so even the Batterskull's a little awkward off the top. What do we draw? What do we have? 4 mana, that's a Jace. Let's... Oh, nope, Dust Bowl. He's just going to keep him off mana. Alright, well, we have a Vial. We're going to hit in for 1. Matt's going to go to 9. Oh, and we have a Stoneforge.
Stoneforge Mystic, pretty good here. And
Stoneforge comes down. He's going to go find that Batterskull. And now Matt is in the driver's seat. He just needs to find one of those Stoneforge Mystics.
And this is huge for Matt. I mean,
oh, yeah.
He's going to start getting Jitte counters.
All right, plays that extra planes that he has. That's going to be able to use for Dust Bowl. So he's just going to equip and then pass the turn. Vial goes up to 1. What do we find? We find a 3rd land. We can Matron if we want to. Now, if you are in Kenny's spot, what do you Matron for? We can put...
Prospector, maybe? I don't know.
Does he have a... He has a plateau, and he only has 1... How many green-red duels does he have here? He just has 4 Cavern Souls, and... It doesn't actually say that it... That was a Tundra, right? Or not?
No, it was a plateau that got destroyed.
Oh, it was a plateau? I thought it was a Tundra, sorry. Alright, he goes for a Prospector. So
yeah, it seems reasonable. I mean, getting that Prospector means that his opponent will not be getting Jitte counters.
Well, he still has no answer to that Batterskull.
It's true.
So, I mean, Matt is definitely in the driver's seat. Oh.
Swords to Plowshare is going to...
Yeah. Alright. Matron gets sacrificed. Yeah, I don't know if I like that much. I would have just rather had Batterskull with protection.
Yeah, that play from Matt. I mean, now if Matt decides to go...
Is he just going to slam Batterskull?
No, that's terrible. Then he just gets scrappered, right?
And the Batterskull, yeah, and then the Prospector can...
And the Prospector can block sack the Stoneforge Mystic. And yeah, Matt will still have like a Stoneforge and a Jit basically on an empty table, but...
I definitely just like playing it with the ability to return it to your hand.
Nathalia's just going to be dead in
oh,
his hand,
yeah.
huh?
The Thalia... The Vial's on 2, so Thalia then blocks the...
Thalia just crushes him here. Oh, no, because he has his Swords to Plowshares, right?
Very true, yeah. So Thalia comes down. He's not going to scrap her?
Why would you not scrap her? It's the perfect opportunity. Now your opponent has 3 mana that he can return the Batterskull back to his hand. That's crazy to not scrap her there.
I don't know what's going on.
What the... What? Why is that card in your deck?
Alright, well, Kenny didn't want to waste a goblin to put the scrapper into play. But Matt was looking really bad, but like now he's just definitely in the driver's seat, gonna win this game.
Dominating this game now.
Yeah, I don't get it either.
Alright, but alright. All right, and gets killed. Yeah.
All right, and now the Thalia just dies. Yeah. Gained a bunch of life.
Yeah. And Mad Hoey just gonna pass the turn.
With the Batterskull and a GT active. gets Aether Isle up to 4, finds a 4th land. Would rather cast the Scrapper than put it into play with the Aether Isle.
He also has a Ringleader in hand.
Oh, okay. I did not know that. Drew into a Ringleader.
So he's going to have to Scrapper the Jitte now, right? Because that's what's going on. Oh, wait, he's main phase violating it. Alright, he's targeting the Jitte, I hope.
Yes, please say Jitte.
Targeting the Batterskull actually does nothing because he can just return it to his hand and bounce it with the... Alright, yep, so he's...
Right. He'll gain 2 life and kill off that Thalia. And here is a Goblin Ringleader. Let's see some awesome spells. So we got a Lackey.
That's not what he was looking for. Yep. Alright. So it's a Batterskull and a Stoneforge Mystic.
Alright, so
Against...
Matt draws. He's going to get... I mean, you attack with the Batterskull, it loses, then you can just bounce it and replay it.
Yeah,
Nothing's
if you double
lost.
blocks, you just...
Get to eat his board.
Yeah, you can attack with it again next turn. It's not even a big deal.
Nope, just says go.
He didn't attack?
Nope.
He must have attacked.
No.
It was Vigilance.
Neither player tapped a mana or went to pay life totals. There was no attack.
Oh, he's a 4. So he did attack.
Oh, he did attack. Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah, that would have just been crazy.
Yeah. All right, chump block with the Lackey and just passing the turn.
Yeah, War Chief for Kenny Dungar. Is that going to be good enough against this Batterskull? I don't think it will. All right, Kenny Dungar chump blocking again. Matt Hoey now at 31 life. Another 2 mana, and he chooses to Gen Palm Incinerate this Stoneforge Mystic. Let's see, what does he draw? It's a land. Chooses to play it. Leaving nothing to the imagination. Chump blocking again. This Batterskull. Matt Hoey now at 35 life.
31. There's a 35.
I think it's 35.
Okay, he's at 35 life now.
Yeah. Stoneforge Mystic. Going to search up a...
Nothing.
Nothing.
But we got to shuffle.
And...
Matron?
Matron. And what can Matron grab here? Could it be...
Krenko!
The mob boss himself, Krenko. Yes, he's going to put that into play. It has haste. And Krenko can actually do something here.
Yeah, because it has haste.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna...
Yeah, this is actually really good.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Matt Hoey's gonna be at, like, 39 life after this attack, but...
I mean, you just... Wow, he's back in this, actually.
Yeah,
I'm
he's
sitting up
way
in my
back in
chair.
this. Yeah, all right. Whoa, all right.
All right, we have a game. All right, so Krenko untaps 5 goblins in play.
Yeah, M13 bringing a new challenger to the table.
Oh, 2 goblins. All right, so there is no Wrath effect in here. He can just EE for 0, though.
Yeah, I mean, he did just draw Academy runes,
okay.
so... Such is the sad life of the Goblin player. Yep, and more goblins flooding the table for Kenny Dungar.
All right, Matt's just like, he's just like, too many, let's just use the dice. All right, so there's a waste. Oh, wow. Rips Wasteland off the top. Beats the Academy Ruin.
Matt Hoey going to put this...
GT on top.
Yeah. Krenko, the mob boss, getting tapped.
Going to make 20 goblins.
23 goblins coming into the red zone here. We block 2 of them, going up to 43, but then taking 21 damage. Going to drop down to 22 here.
This is absurd. He's going to win this game.
Absurd game.
Kenny Dungar's going to take it down with Krenko. Wow, that card is absurd. And it was good and limited when I had it.
Yeah, wow. Krenko. Man, Krenko's kind of sweet, dude.
Yeah. All right, here comes the GT. GT's going to get equipped, but like, there's just too much. You can't take the Krenko out right now. It's going to put you up to 30. You're going to get 2 counters. Can't kill the Krenko. Krenko's going to make like 40 tokens.
Yeah, Krenko is going to ruin your day.
43 tokens to be exact. Or, no, sorry, it's going to make 23 more. Oh, wow. Ringleader. If we need more goblins. Another War Chief, a Sting Scourger? Whew, that's spicy. That's so spicy.
And oh my gosh.
Those things are take the German.
That's it. Okay, Sting Scourger bouncing the Batterskull token. And Matt Hoey packs this one in.
See, now you want style points. Why? No, you're activating Krenko, you're bouncing Krenko, you're activating again. Kenny, what are you doing?
That's definitely the way to do it.
That's what you do.
That's how you attack with like 60.
No, 80 or something. It makes you have 47 in play, and then that goes to
94.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Wow, that was so sweet. So, in Matt Hoey's sideboard,
I am now very happy that because I thought that game was just
deader than dead.
Deader than dead.
I cannot believe. First, Matt was way behind. Then Matt comes all the way back, and then Kenny takes it. Jeez, anything you can in this game.
Krenko.
If you believe in the bender, you could win the games.
Krenko, man.
Anyway.
He's a mob boss. Jeez, did you see how many? Like, he rolls 94 deep.
Anyway, Matt Hoey's sideboard has 2 Nihil Spellbombs, a Disenchant, a Feast and Famine, 2 Perish, a Zealous Persecution, which will come in, 2 Paths with...
Oh, really? Zealous Persecution? That was going to come in here?
Is it going to come in against Goblins, 1/1 Goblins? I think it will.
I think you're right.
Cotton, we're going to see how that works out for him.
We're going to see how this one goes for him. 2
Path to Exiles, an Engineered Explosives, and a Thoughtseize. Those are all potential cards to come in.
Kenny Dungar, however, does not have any additional artifact removal in his sideboard.
Surprising.
That is quite surprising. I mean...
Is it?
Yeah, normally you have...
Oh, Sting Scourger only targets opponent's creature. Thanks a lot, Choi, for ruining my dream.
Sting Scourger. A very reasonable card from Time Spiral.
Yes. It was very good at Limited.
It wasn't very good at Limited. It was good. Oh, thank you, Twitter, for telling us that Sting Scourger was opponent's creatures only. I've played with Sting Scourger a lot, actually. I'm surprised I did not remember that. It's been a while.
Well, I can take the Trinity Reverse. They send it just to SCG Open, not at me. So I did see on my Twitter though that Nature's Ruin doesn't stop regeneration like Perish does. So Nature's Ruin doesn't kill his own Thrun. There's a reason.
Very interesting. Yeah, so Nature's Ruin, he can regenerate his guys through, right?
Yes. All right, so these players are going to be sideboarding. Matt Hoey's like, how did I lose that game?
He just doesn't understand.
No.
I don't understand.
No, I don't either.
Well, I do.
I do too.
There was a mob boss involved.
Come here. Do you think a mob boss is like, or actual mobs? Like a mob boss, like a real one?
Like a mafia?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what Krenko is.
Just like, I mean, he is into, you know, dealing of, you know, goblins. It's kind of dirty.
It's a dirty mob boss.
Oh, interesting fun fact from Choi. Krenko is from Ravnica.
Oh, is he?
And it's an entire
I mean, that makes
city.
sense.
Because he's a mob boss.
Ravnica is all about mafias, man.
Yeah, and underground dealings and...
Yeah, like the Mayor Cutpurse is like, hey man, let me get some of that information.
And Krenko's just like, goblins attack.
Yeah. So you want to see some goblins?
It would be pretty sweet to live on a planet that the entire planet is one big city. Traffic would be the worst.
Traffic would not be fun in Ravnica. I mean, there are definitely woods interspersed in the city. You know, like they have their own like teeter gardens, like Berlin.
Yeah, for sure.
So otherwise, where like Polsmir or like Wolfblood be hanging out.
Back alleys trying to survive. All right, so
Ooh, Kenny Dungar brought in surgical extraction. I actually hate that.
dude, surgical extraction is the card. It's like, I don't know, I'm gonna beat him. I'm just gonna surgical and see what happens.
And now he got he already mulliganed to 6.
That is not true. Matt Hoey might not ever be able to Thought Scour again. Or Thought Seize again. But Kenny is going to get stripped of his Aether Vial.
And then he will only have 2 spells left in his hand. Not 3, 2.
He has a Rich Import, so 2.5.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, 2.75. We'll count.
You don't think it's a quarter of a card?
Yeah.
I don't think it's a quarter of a card. It might be like a
Matt might have
tenth of a
Lingering
card.
Souls. He doesn't know that. It's an Esper Stoneblade deck. They run
I mean, you
Lingering
don't even
Souls.
sideboard that card in against Lingering Souls. It's not good against those, is it?
Stop making this difficult, Jake. He has Surgical, and that is his strategy, and we'll see what happens. But Matt's actually just not going to play Stoneforge Mystic. All right, draw running
choice.
Thalias.
All right, really hoping this first Thalia gets a removal spell to the face, and it will. I mean, Matt Hoey's deck is not the type of deck where he wants to be hanging out with all the spells costing 1 more mana.
No.
Matt Hoey's gonna, I mean, ideally for Kenny Dungar, Matt Hoey would, you know, force this or something crazy, but nope, no force.
All right, just plays a land and passes. Kenny Dungar's going to go draw another card. And it's Rich Import, so he's just going to attack for 2, just probably lock down a mana source.
I think he just pile drives, right? Oh, no, okay.
No, locks down a source. Oh, end of turn, Path to Exile.
Path to Exile, that's actually...
Yeah,
Man,
he's
goblins
running.
can use all mana. All the mana you give goblins
Yeah, but you
can
still have
be
to bring in
used.
your removal spells.
That's true.
Like, you can't not have every removal spell possible. It is goblins, they swarm you, you gotta make sure that you kill the key ones, even if they can cast the bigger ones, like...
Yeah, like Krenko was the only one that mattered, despite there being a bajillion of them last game.
Ooh, and now we're surgicaling something. Path to Exile? So what if he casts swords? Now if he casts swords and got all the swords, see? See, those surgicals are doing work, kinda.
Look at that, he removed 1 Path to Exile from Matt Hoey's library for 2 life.
Now Matt Hoey's even closer to decking.
Interesting game plan.
We'll see how it works out for him, Cotton. Why do I love that line so much?
I don't know, you really do love
We
it
need
a
to
lot,
watch
though.
Dodgeball again. But we never watched it together.
I've never watched it with you.
No, but we have to watch it.
I mean,
know
it's
you've
a good
seen
movie.
it.
Yeah. I do enjoy some Dodgeball. Another Thalia. Kenny Dungar.
All right, so what are we gonna play? We're gonna play out a Thalia, pass the turn.
And Matt Hoey, unable to really do. Oh no, a Stoneforge Mystic off the top. Disastrous for Kenny Dungar.
That is just a brilliant spell to draw. It's going to allow him to go get that GT to start doing some work. He might just go for Batterspell.
Definitely, right? Like,
Under the restrictions he's in, yeah.
he knows Kenny has Sting Scourger and
Yeah.
yeah.
And a Thalia that'll block the Stoneforge. And Matt's thinking,
And that's thinking, oh
if
my
I
gosh,
can dodge a Sting Scourger,
he just paid 2 life to do nothing, and
I can
I'm
dodge a
probably
Krenko.
still gonna lose. That's what he's probably thinking to himself right now. Kenny Dungar in a rough spot because that Stoneforge Mystic. Stoneforge Mystic is so strong against him if he's unable to find Krenko in the right spot.
we're going to give our other goblins that aren't in play speed and cheapness, and let's see if we're going to play anything from Kenny's hand. That Pile Driver, perhaps?
I imagine Pile Driver
Get that damage in now while we still can.
seems right. You gotta play the Pile Driver because, I mean, if you don't... Like, Port does nothing this next turn. It's, like, really of no value.
You can still port. It's only cost 1 mana.
Oh, so then there's, like, absolutely no reason, right?
Well, Kenny might find a reason.
Like, you're playing around Engineered Explosives, maybe, but you just saw your opponent's hand. You can't play around cards that he doesn't have. You know he just has Jace Force of Will.
Well, he doesn't want to get it forced.
Well, I mean, how are you going to... You'd much rather that get forced than something else, right?
Yes. I mean, he's also thinking maybe
Between
the Sting Scourger.
Yeah, he can't play the Sting Scourger here, though.
Why not?
It's just way better, right? To Pile Drive?
All right, here's Sting Scourger.
I guess not.
All right, so this, it does have an echo, but we have to just see if Matt Hoey is going to let this resolve, because he knows he's going to get Pile Driver, and that Pile Driver is only going to be 3 tough, 3 power. But if this resolves, he's going to have to counter that. The
Pile Driver will just be too big.
Yes. So he's going to fetch. What's he fetching for?
So that he can pay the extra 1 to cast Force of Will because of Thalia.
Yes, I forgot about the Thalia.
Yeah.
Ooh, so funny fact, Kenny could have like tapped down that. No, I guess he couldn't, because then he could have just fetched. Never mind. I am sorry. Anyway, Force of Will is going to drop Matt Hoey to 13. Now Kenny's going to slam down that Pile Driver and attack for 7 damage. 7 damage comes in.
Matt Hoey falling 5 here.
Yeah,
Next
he can't
turn, however,
block.
Going to have... We're going to be facing down a Batter Skull. That's a dangerous
It's
piece
dangerous.
of artillery.
We need Krenko. Krenko, come on, buddy. We need you to show up this game. Triple Richardson Port.
But, I mean, Batter Skull can kind of do work all by itself, right?
Oh, yeah, it's such a big effect right now.
Another Stoneforge Mystic. Go grab it. Mizo's Jitte.
Stoneforge going to get that GT, and now we're going to game 3. He needs a Krenko now.
Needs Krenko fast.
Wasteland's not going to do it. All right, now he's going to be able to equip this GT. GT is going to go on top of the Germ. Germ is going to be the beefiest little 0/0 he's ever been. I really don't see how a Germ can hold on to both these things.
I mean, can he hypothetically...
I mean, he just gets put into the Batter Spell, right? It's kind of like a vehicle.
Yeah, the beep beep. Batter Skull coming into the red zone.
All right, Wooded Foothills isn't going to be enough.
I think Kenny's just out of this one completely at this point.
Yeah.
And Matt Hoey now knowing what he has to play around, probably not going to use those Jitte counters just yet.
No, he wants to save them just in case he has to deal with a Krenko.
Yep, and Kevin, realizing that Matt Hoey's not going to bite, decides to just pack this one up and move on to the next game.
All right, we're going to game 3. Matt Hoey versus
Maybe he's
Kenny
going to take
Dungar.
those surgical extractions out of his deck.
Probably going to keep him in.
He used relics on the sideboard, and he brought in the surgicals instead.
So, Matt Hoey has somewhat looks like a young He-Man.
A young
It's been a long
He-Man?
time since I've seen He-Man, but he just makes me think of He-Man.
Yeah, I mean, he just looks like a normal-aged He-Man to me.
That's the normal age of He-Man?
Yeah, I think that was He-Man's age during the era of the He-Man cartoon.
Oh, wow. What if he's He-Man's son? Because that came out about
man,
20 years ago.
That makes sense.
And
Oh my gosh, he was the...
look at those locks. Those locks are not natural.
Yeah, I mean, it has to be, he was definitely born of, the defeated
Pure
Skeletor,
blood. Yeah, it is far too impressive to be just man-made.
Yeah, Matt Hoey actually, as much as we joke about him being the son of He-Man, that's actually not true. His story of where he came from is actually very interesting. He was actually a Viking who was frozen inside of a glacier, and they thawed him out.
No.
And started teaching him stuff, and it was in Encino, California. And he went to this high school and had all these crazy adventures and got really into playing this racing game in an arcade.
Oh,
And
wow.
he really liked going to amusement parks and things like that. And he had this one friend who was Pauly Shore, and they used to hang out and they used to go to 7-Eleven together. And he learned how to talk, learned all these things, and he was just a caveman learning how to live in modern society.
He just loved magic.
Yeah, and then
it's structured. It's structured a lot like back caveman. Wake up, find food, kill it, eat it, go to sleep. Very structured lifestyle.
Yeah.
So he just liked magic because that's kind of constructed the same way. Yeah, I believe that story.
Have you ever seen Encino Man?
I 100% knew what you were doing.
All right.
What was the actor's name again? He's famous. He did all the Mummy movies, right?
Oh, that was the guy.
Yeah,
who was the caveman in Encino
What
Man.
was
I
his
never
name
made that
again?
connection. Brandon Fraser.
Brandon Fraser, yeah. You know what's my favorite is I watched Weird Science the other day, and Robert Downey Jr. is one of the bad guys.
Oh man, Robert Downey Jr. is the best in every movie.
Yeah. All right, so we're gonna see both players taking a mulligan here. Yeah, watch Weird Science. I don't know why I was watching Weird Science. You can't really ask me because it's not like it was on TV. I don't have TV. I chose to watch Weird Science.
And that's another crazy one. I haven't seen that one in a long time.
Yeah, it's a really good one. But yeah, I was like, Robert Downey Jr., I'm like, no way.
It's always the best. I like Sean Penn in Fast Times at Ridgemont High because it's Sean Penn. It's he's...
My actual favorite is one of the bad army guys in The Rock was actually Dr. Cox from Scrubs. He got his foot stabbed and he fell down a big cliff. And I just screamed, no, Dr. Cox! Anyway, Wasteland into Aether Vial for Kenny Dungar. Matt Hoey's taking his 7th card open. Both players mulled to 6. And he's going to go Marsh Flats into probably another Thoughtseize. He's very good at opening up on Thoughtseize.
Yeah, gonna go grab an Underground Sea. Oh no, just a basic.
Well, because of the Wasteland.
Yeah, I mean, he sees the Wasteland sitting across the table from him.
And usually you don't lead with Wasteland if you have any red sources, because here's the thing. If he has an EE, he's going to try to pop that as soon as possible. Oh, we do have a Cavern, though.
Yeah. So, he's going to be resistant to counter magic no matter how the cookie crumbles here. And pretty reasonable 6-card opener with a Ringleader and a Matron. Kenny Dungar's threats are just all over the place. Matt Hoey going to be able to take one of those out of his hand. Will he take the Matron? Will he take the Ringleader? We don't know until he does it. And I am long beyond.
I think it's Ringleader. Ringleader's the more
Ringleader.
powerful card.
Yeah, seems to make sense.
You can set up a game against, like...
He has, like, a sword supply share, so whatever bullet is found is...
Alright, so we have another Wasteland. And... Oh, no, sorry, that's a Richmond port. Wow. So EE for 1. So next turn, we're actually going to be able to blow that before the Matron could potentially come into play, but now he's actually just going to cast it because of that.
Yeah, so Cavern is going to name Goblin, I assume. Not really sure what else he would want to name when he's playing Goblins. Now, Goblin Matron's going to come down, and what do we think he's going to search for here? Maybe he'll find a Krenko mob boss. You never know. Could it be a Tuk-Tuk Scrapper that he wants to find? Perhaps a Gen Palm Incinerator. No, he chooses to go with Goblin Pile Driver, choosing to grab a 2-drop so that he can get maximum value out of that Aether Vial before Matt Hoey destroys it with the Engineered Explosives.
Yes.
All right, Matt Hoey now with Umezawa's Jitte, Snapcaster Mage, Swords to Plowshares, and Brainstorm in his hand. Those are some powerful Magic cards. All right, Matt Hoey has some decisions to make here. Does he want to destroy this vial now? No, he does not. He's going to let it get to 3 counters. And that might be a dangerous thing to do. You never know what's going to happen when you're playing against a crazy deck like Goblins. Goblin Ringleader entering the fray. Let's see what he finds. It's going to be... Oh, the Surgical Extraction stayed in. I really want to cry.
Yeah, Surgical Extraction just isn't like a card that's good in this match. I joke around with it, but it just... It doesn't work with your Ringleaders.
I'm pretty sure it's just bad.
Yeah.
It's just a bad card.
But he's way ahead on the board. This is a ton of damage.
I do a lot of commentary these days, and you know, people sideboarding in Surgical Extraction loses the game for them far more often than it wins the game for them.
Yeah.
So, luckily for him, he gets to put that Surgical Extraction on the bottom of his library. He really wants to dodge those.
We find a Stoneforge. We're trying to come back into this game with that Stoneforge into a Batterskull. Hope that is enough to get there, but that's just going to be a tough one with the Tuk-Tuk in hand.
Yep, and now this Vial going to 4.
All right, another Wasteland.
And now it's, I mean, Matt Hoey never really going to be able to get a basically
Tuk-Tuk's. Oh, he's wasting it. Wow.
Oh, but doesn't he need that?
Yes.
I thought he needed that.
To
I
beat
thought there was
the
a Batterskull
Batterskull
in Matt Hoey's hand.
There is a Batterskull in Matt Hoey's hand. Now the
He
Batterskull.
must have been mistaken because...
No, there's a Batterskull.
Yep, he searched for a Batterskull.
Well, wow.
Yeah. All right.
All right, Kenny needs to find another Krenko or something to get him out of this. He's going to attack with everything? If he attacks, the Batterskull might have to trade, so maybe he can fight through this Batterskull. He really does have opportunity to do so.
Yeah, Batterskull's going to have to block the Pile Driver, right? Because Pile Driver will become a 7 power duder.
Is Goblins a good deck? Should I just play Goblins at the Invitational?
So he gains 4, he goes to 14, he takes 9, 11.
No, he goes back down to 4.
Yeah, so yeah, I think he's at 3, yeah. Not 4, okay.
So now he's just going to play. Alright, he's just going to throw a GT into play. Engineered's not going to do anything. He's going to attack, gain 4, go back to 8. Yeah, this is just going to bleed him dry. Again, if nothing has haste, he gets to a... Oh, he found a Ringleader. Oh,
Yep,
that's
so now he wins
dosing.
his turn.
Well, he's going to have to block the Pile Driver.
And
Whiff.
a whiff.
Alright, send
In
the
comes
team.
the team.
He's got a blocked pile driver, and with that, going to take 2 damage, going to 6 after the lifelink. But if he doesn't block pile driver, pile's 9. So if he blocks over there, it's 10, 11, 12, 13,
Yeah,
and he'll go to 12. So yeah, he has to block the pile driver. That's going to drop him to 6. Gonna need a Miracle Terminus because he's still stuck on 2 lands.
But with oh, there's only 1 port. Yeah, so he can still Miracle Terminus, but as long as Kenny is tapping
No,
down
he
that
actually
plains
can't.
during his upkeep,
Yeah, he can't Miracle Terminus.
not going to work.
So we're just gonna wait. Batterskull's gonna block this Goblin pile driver. Gonna go down to 6 life. Matt is down to just his last turn, and this game is all but over. Kenny is going to take this. Just hard cast the incinerator because he has no other way to activate it.
Yep, doesn't have the red mana available.
It's pretty funny. And that's it. That's all she wrote.
Yep. And Hoey.
Then
Kenny Dungar able to win. Decides that the engineered explosives on Matt's Hoey's side of the table is far superior to the Batterskull that's about to hit the table, and realizes that he has enough damage to battle past it.
Very interesting.
Able to take the match. Good
yeah,
stuff.
I love it. I love that he did that math correctly and he got there and he figured it out. But welcome back.